Listen, we fucked up.
خذها يا ترامب. خلصنا ترامب 2024. Trump this year. Take this relocate Biden.
Hello and welcome to another video. And yes, in this video we're gonna be talking about Arabs for Trump. Can you guys believe that I already have material for do another video? Sometimes I had to wait because sometimes, some people in the comments, they comment me, Jenny, please do the Cubans again. Jenny, please do the Cubans and Venezuelans again. Jenny, please do the Miami Cubans. Jenny, please do the Arabs. But sometimes it's just not enough material because, yes, they are suffering in the community, but not all of them record for the platform, for the TikTok or YouTube, or maybe they have an interview on the press. But I do have some good ones this time. The typical case FAFO for Arabs. Okay, so this is gonna be good because I had like at least 3 cases of FAFO, and you're gonna love them. You're gonna love them. So stay towards the end and just drop a like. Drop a like here before you do anything else. Just drop it. Drop a like before you just keep on watching this video, okay? And leave me a comment. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Why do you guys think there was the logic behind it? The Arab voted for Donald Trump. Comment below. What do you guys think about that?
U11 confirming the owner of Trump Burger Restaurants, which has several locations in the Houston area, has been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Yes, you read that correctly. There is a restaurant called Trump Burger, a chain in Belleville, Texas. They specialize in ketchup-lathered, well-done meat with a side of constitutional overreach. Oh, and yeah, the owner behind the Trump-themed burger restaurant now faces deportation. Irony had no tears left to weep.
In 2020, a Trump-themed restaurant opened in Texas, where the craziest item is surprisingly a Biden burger. And that's because Trump Burger is far from a normal restaurant, with guests immediately greeted by walls covered in Trump photos, MAGA flags, and even a booth to buy his merch. But the craziest part was the menu, because when guests stepped up to order their food, they could choose from options like the Trump Tower Burger and First Lady Sandwich. But there is also the Biden Burger, which unlike the other options that came with large servings at a reasonable price, the Biden Burger came with 1 ounce of beef, an expired tomato, and their oldest buns in stock, all for the massive price of $51. Would you visit?
New at 11, the owner of a popular Trump-themed restaurant chain is now facing deportation. Rolands owns several Trump burgers around the Houston area, but immigration officials say he overstayed his visa after entering the U.S. from Lebanon in 2019. Bieni has been arrested and now faces removal proceedings. In a statement, ICE says they are committed to holding all individuals accountable who enter the country illegally, regardless of political beliefs.
It's been reported that a man by the name of Roland Bieni, a 28-year-old Lebanese immigrant who opened the original Trump Burger in Belleville, Texas in 2020, and since has expanded into a chain across the state, found himself on the wrong side of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. That he himself obviously supported so vehemently to the point that he put Trump's name on his food. He was arrested on allegations of immigration fraud. DHS said that they've received evidence that the marriage through which he had applied for citizenship was a sham designed to game the system, further stating that this person has no green card, a history of illegal marriages, and an assault charge. So DHS is actively pursuing all legal avenues to address this flagrant abuse of our immigration laws.
Huh?
Chicken tenders are hot, so
Make sure you vote.
This is just funny. I cannot even believe it. So they put a hamburger restaurant that it was all about Donald Trump. Even when Donald Trump, he just keeps saying that he's gonna deport 1 million people a year, and he wasn't even an American citizen. He wasn't even American. No, just a minute. Just a minute. He wasn't a USA citizen. So he decided to put I just had to go slow because my brain cannot process the whole thing. So he was he was a resident of the United States, a legal resident. He wasn't even a USA citizen. So he decided to put a hamburger place. It was good. He made money off the hamburger place. And then he he get deported. And on the top of that, everybody that will come to the restaurant, he will just tell them, don't forget to go and vote. I'm telling you, if it's not in front of our eyes and we know that it's true, we wouldn't think that this is like a science fiction kind of thing. Don't you think sometimes that what the things that happen, like this is a real story? Did this truly happen? I feel that way sometimes. I feel that this is how. Well, he and then he still had the business, and no. It's another part of the story, okay? I will tell you the rest of the story in the next couple clips because this doesn't end here. It is more to the story. Just keep on watching.
Meet Roland. Roland is an immigrant from Lebanon who came to the United States in 2019 and thought to himself, you know what this country really needs? A burger joint dedicated to Donald J. Trump. So he opened up Trump Burgers in Texas. Where else? With Trump flags everywhere and Trump branded buns and MAGA merch. It was basically QAnon themed in and out. And he actually did pretty good for himself. He was even opening up new locations as recently as 2024. Fast forward to 2025 and I shows up. Not to thank him for his support. They basically knocked on the door and said, hey, Roland, get in the fucking van. You see, he thought he was safe because he's a permanent resident. But they revoked his green card. Now he's facing deportation under the same exact Trump policies that he was out here celebrating not that long ago with a side of fries. Poor Roland really thought that he was one of the good ones. And I don't know when these pro-MAGA immigrants are going to get it. Trump's immigration policy is not going to skip you because you put his fucking face on a combo meal. He literally ran on mass deportations. He called immigrants animals. He said they're poisoning the blood of America. They're invading. This is what he said about you. But maybe Roland thought, he's not talking about me. I did it the right way. I imagine that right about now, Roland is finding out that it was never about doing it the right way. It was never about legal or illegal immigration. And it's always been about maintaining that white majority. You know what makes it worse is that Roland's landlord took over one of his Trump burger locations and named it MAGA Burgers USA. He's getting deported and gentrified all at the same time. Poor Roland was out here fucking around, serving Trump combos, and they thanked him by serving him the Find Out Burger with cheese.
So they serve him the FOFA burger to him, and this is the thing. He was building, because if you see on the video, it's like a brand new construction that he's doing that is called the MAGA burger. Just a minute, the MAGA burger joint. Okay, so he's just making another restaurant that is gonna be called MAGA. Because Donald Trump, he with his lawyer. This one is hilarious. Donald Trump decided to sue him for using his name because the Trump name is a trademark. Okay, so you don't get to use the Trump name, at least that you are part of the Trump family. without paying him for use his name. So so he F all the way around. No, how he had now he had to pay a portion of his earning to Donald Trump because he used his names. He's getting deported, okay, because he just got the FO burger served to him, and yes, what do you guys think this whole case is? Just freaking unbelievable.
So the Arab Americans are having some remorse after Donald Trump announced he wants to take over Gaza.
The Middle East, his words, regardless of what the people around him say he said it all on camera and millions of people saw it, including Arab Americans, many of whom voted for him. More from CNN's Jason Carroll now in Dearborn, Michigan.
Days before the last presidential election, Donald Trump was the invited guest at the Great Commoner restaurant in Dearborn, Michigan. Albert Abbas says he extended that invitation, a decision he is now reflecting on given all that has happened in the last 24 hours.
You don't say. You don't say. We tried to tell you. But let's see how you try to wiggle out of this.
Many in the community are at a loss for words. Last night was a very rough night for most of us.
Abbas is Arab American and one of a number of Democrats who voted for Trump. Abbas says he hoped Trump would do more than President Joe Biden did to help Palestinians suffering in Gaza.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
But after Trump said Palestinians should leave Gaza so it can be redeveloped, Abbas says not only does he feel betrayed, he's hearing from a number of people angered over his past support of Trump.
People were really, really frustrated. And I don't think there's anyone to blame. At the end of the day, as Arab Americans or Muslims, we really didn't have much of a choice.
Sir, how about taking some good old-fashioned accountability? Everyone knows we have to blame you. You had two choices. Kamala Harris or this guy who you just found out is actually going to do a lot more harm than Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were doing. They were at least trying to stop it.
A Detroit suburb is home to the largest Arab American population in the United States, a community which helped Trump carry the critical swing state. He won 42% of the vote in Dearborn versus Vice President Harris with 36% and Jill Stein with 18%. In 2020, Biden handily carried the city with 69%. Faye Nimmer voted for Trump in 2024 out of frustration over the previous administration's support of Israel.
Wow.
Now, she is troubled by the president's proposal to move Palestinians out of Gaza.
I mean, it's very concerning and it's infuriating.
Personal feelings, you're infuriated, but standing by your decision for now to have voted for Trump.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
And what would move that needle for you to say, you know what, I made a mistake?
Palestine is the red line for this community.
Nimmer says she suspects Trump is bluffing and is using his proposal as some sort of negotiating tactic. That's the same sentiment shared by Amar Zar.
First, this is clearly not going to happen, right?
And real estate broker Ali Al-Farajala.
A lot of people are calling me and texting me saying, hey, you know, how did your vote work out? You know, how was that third party?
Yeah.
Both were so-called protest voters. Neither supported Trump or Harris. Are there any sort of second thoughts now about having supported a third-party candidate?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I'll still do it again and again and again.
I didn't vote for Trump. So, a protest vote? I don't know. I would say it was a targeted vote of conscience.
Wow.
To say that the children of Gaza have to mean something.
Wow.
Their death has to mean something.
And while Arab Americans here were divided in the past, going forward, one point is uniting them: opposition to Trump's proposal to move Palestinians out of Gaza.
The community will be unified. I will tell you this. The Palestinian people would rather die and live in a demolition site than to be ethnically cleansed and being sent out of Gaza to Egypt or Jordan.
Wow.
So again, Anderson, after spending some time here in the
Wow. It's unbelievable that you folks out there, and you know exactly who you are, still have faith in Donald Trump, even though you know exactly where his heart is. We were trying to tell you, you're not always going to get what you want out of an election, but for goodness sake, look at what's going on right now. And you honestly can't sit back there and continue to act like you didn't play a role in this. This is
Have you heard of the Trump burger in Texas? Okay, so he was arrested and he is facing getting his green card taken away and being deported. Here's the funny thing, is Trump is also suing him for using his name.
Woman detained by federal agents. She and her family, all supporters of President Trump. See the MAGA hats. President Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf live for us in Diamond Bar. And Matthew, those Trump flags staying up tonight.
Yeah, those flags staying up. This family still supports Donald Trump despite their mom being detained. The final moments home for an Iranian woman detained by immigration agents.
Thank you.
A mother Monday going inside to say bye to her 4 kids.
She came and kissed the kids and that was it. That's the last time I saw her.
A proud President Trump supporting family in Diamond Bar.
Election time was here. I had a full 3-4 flags out.
Even while their mom faces immigration questions. Has your opinion changed on this?
That's a good question. Somewhat it has. Just because I'm going through it. I was very selfish before. Well, what I see right now is, okay, there's a reason for it.
Arthur Sahakian's wife, Arpaneh, was born in Iran and moved to the United States when she was 3 as a refugee.
She cashed a check, I believe it was less than $200, and this is all where it started.
Then, about 15 years ago, her green card was revoked over a conviction related to theft.
It's all misdemeanor stuff.
Arthur says they've been going through the legal process towards regaining citizenship with check-ins every 6 months or so.
She just went in April, and they said, okay, you're fine, have a good day, we'll see you back in September or October.
Then last week, the United States bombed 3 nuclear sites in Iran, increasing tensions and concerns of Iranian sleeper cells retaliating in the U.S.
I'm very for of them seeing the Iranian nationals because of the sleeper cells. I understand that.
Federal sources tell Fox News that more than 130 Iranian nationals were detained in the U.S. this last week.
I think it will resolve a lot of issues because we will know exactly who's in here for what reasons. Even though I miss her dearly, but I think we could do a better job of you catch someone, you see they're national, and do a background real quick and see if they have ties to the community and ties to families over here, and let them go.
What do you think's going to happen?
I'm on the list to be going to a different facility.
Arpaneh speaking with us on the phone, uncertain about her future. Any regrets with your vote?
None. Still supporting him.
While her family continues showing support for President Trump, hoping their mom comes home soon.
Trump is not trying to do anything bad. We understand what he's doing, and he wants the best for the country.
So right now, it's unclear if and when that mom could return home. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
So the argument for getting rid of her would be what? That she's not in the country legally and she committed a crime?
Exactly. Basically, it sounds like she lost her green card about 15 years ago and since then has been fighting to get it back. So right now, she does not have that green card and is considered to be in the country illegally.
Yeah. Interesting. So this whole thing is a reminder that everybody has a different story and there's so many layers to it. And if you just talk in political slogans, it's not enough. You really have to listen to each and every person's story.
And this is another family. I cannot even believe it that I'm just doing the second case of this. Come on, people. Come on. This is just becoming stupid by now. This is just ridiculous by now. Just, do you heard that story? Okay. The wife and him, they both Trump supported, and he looks Arab to me. So he probably is Arab too, or he probably is Latino. He's one of those two, Arabs or Latino. He can be Jewish, but I doubt it. And he was a big Trump supporter, and they came and deported. I wish that I can have an update in this family, because I do wanted to know, because this happened like a week ago. I do wanted to know if they still support Donald Trump. Can you believe they still support Donald Trump? The wife is getting deported and they still support Donald Trump. This is a cult. This is a cult. I'm telling you, this is not a political affiliation. This is no any of that. This is a freaking cult. That's what it is. It is a freaking cult. And please, please, please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe. Help us to support liberal media. Look, MAGA is a cult. So they get all the subscribers, they get all the likes. Help us to support liberal media and fight. In that way, subscribing to my channel, we are going to be fighting against the cult that is MAGA. Okay, so subscribe to my channel, drop a like, and activate the notification bell. That way you don't miss any videos. Let's keep on watching.
We are supporting Donald Trump because he promised to end war in the Middle East and Ukraine. The bloodshed has to stop all over the world, and I think this man can make that happen.
This moment is bigger than just regret. What we are seeing is a clear reminder political decisions have consequences, especially when they are made based on emotional promises instead of historical truth. Many Arab Americans thought Trump would be their savior, that would end the Gaza war, bring justice to Palestine, and stand up to global hypocrisy. But now, the reality has flipped. Not only is the war still raging, some of the very people who supported him are now facing deportation, silence, and betrayal. And now, some are looking to Black Americans, the very people whom long warned about these power systems. But here's a real question. Should Black communities carry everyone's burden when our own fight for justice and freedom is still ongoing?
A number of Arab Americans, a number of Muslims also being targeted, also being kidnapped and deported. And Trumpy is wanting to have the names of anybody who is an immigrant, who's in any kind of admission into Harvard University or any secondary education program at all in the United States. And he's targeting specific Ivy League universities, particularly the ones that did not allow his son to get into Ivy League because, oh my God, he must be the smartest boy ever. Word has it his son is a real dickhead, and nobody wants to have anything to do with him, so none of the Ivy League schools would admit him. But, be that as it may, I recall this time last year and all through the summer, when I was up in Detroit working, we had a condo that's right down on the Detroit River, looking right across the street, right across the Detroit River to Canada, and you can see the all their buildings and their casinos and stuff like that. And I can remember sitting around the fire while I'm having a cigar and relaxing after a long day, listening to a number of medical professionals who were renting apartments there. Now, this place was kind of expensive, so you had to be making some money. And I could tell from their discussions that they were definitely medical. The women sounded like they were fairly high-level nurse assistants, maybe physician's assistants. And they were chatting up a couple young doctor types who were getting close to the end of the school year to get their 4-year degree, their undergraduate degree, and then trying to figure out what programs they're going to go into to get their get their MDs. And they were all speaking Arabic. And I could tell from the terms they were using, they were definitely medical, and every now and then they'd slip into English back and forth when there wasn't such a good term to deal with it. And it turned out they were very, very pro-Trump. You know, and all I could do is shake my head like, once he gets your vote, and there was a whole movement afoot in the Detroit area, greater area. The Muslims of North Africa, or the Middle East, Middle East Muslim Association, they were trying to lobby Trump into assisting the Palestinians in the Palestinian plight, because these medical professionals, and soon to be doctors, physicians assistants, any number of medical radiologists, all kinds of terms, I could tell that they were definitely medical specialists. Like, you know, he doesn't like you. They don't like Arabs. They don't like Muslims. They look at you like, you're the ones who are responsible for the 9/11 disaster. And they all went, the Muslims of Northeast Africa, the Middle Eastern Muslim Association, brought Trump more votes than Harris, because Harris was saying that she was, favorable to Israel, like we all are in this country. We have to be, or else. And because she came out to say that, then they said, obviously, Trump is a better choice. And if we bring the vote in and help carry Michigan, which they did, that he would be listening to their plight and the plight of the Palestinians. How did that work out for you?
My criticism was of those people who played down the threat from Trump. I have no problem with people saying Harris is bad, I can't vote for Harris. Completely understand that. But my problem was with those people who thought Trump would somehow be the same or even better. I mean, 1 in 3 Muslims, depending on some polls, voted for Donald Trump. The mind boggles, right? That many people in Michigan, big Arab American center, believed the bullshit from Trump that he was going to be the anti-war.
خذها يا ترامب خلص ترامب 2024 for Trump this year take this crooked Biden don't know how to walk into take him out 2024 let's go everybody.
Hard players. So as you can see, that was during the 2020 election, and there was an Arab for Frumpy Dump. In fact, there was an entire group that decreed and declared that they were Arabs for Frumpy Dump, and they actually attended a rally in Michigan, and here they are with Frumpy to the motherfucking dump.
8 months later, the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic...
And just like that, Arab Americans for Frumpy Dump has formally changed their name to Arab Americans for Peace. Dun, 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 dun. According to a press release today, Arab Americans for Peace, formerly known as Arab Americans for Trump, believe that President Trump is committed to achieving a lasting peace in the Middle East that is satisfactory to all parties. We do, however, take issue with the president's suggestion of taking over Gaza and removing its Palestine inhabitants to other parts of the Arab world. The president has yet to meet with key Arab leaders, including the Palestinian president, to hear their views regarding the acceptable path to a permanent peace process. We are adamantly opposed to the notion of transferring Palestinians outside of the historic Palestine for any reason. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So Arab Americans for Frumpy Dump has formally changed their name to Arab Americans for Peace, issuing a statement still in full support of Frumpy Dump, saying that they believe he wants peace, but they disagree with his stance on Gaza. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous, you know. What did y'all think was... I just want to talk to them. I just want to hear what they thought was going to happen, because this is just absurd. But Either way, players, put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mova reporting once again for the Black Accurate News.
Donald's coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
And we just made it towards the end of this video. I'm sorry I had to close this video with Gaza #1 because it's the best music for the Arab, okay? For the Arab community, it's the one that has more rhythm.